Coin toss right there. You see Lawrence County and Gardendale getting things set as they will finish up, as we're calling it, the tri-match. Lawrence County changing from the white jerseys now to the red jerseys. They'll be out here taking on Gardendale here in just a few moments. And we're trying to figure out the advantage, John, when you talk about this. You've got one team that has played for 2 periods in a row. You've had another that has rested for 2. And you got to wonder which one can get in sync first. But I'm going to tell you, Gardendale, they have really looked well, looked like a very good team in that first game against the Clay Central Volunteers.
I'll tell you one thing. I don't envy Lawrence County right here for this next half of football against this Gardendale team.
Yeah, they look physical on both sides of the football, and again, good size, and they have really performed well. We'll start off, and it looks like we'll get our first look at the Gardendale offense as they will open up things. And Will Crowder, we saw him in the first game, John, and he is a smooth customer back there at the quarterback position for Coach Chad Eads.
Yeah, he is a guy that he just doesn't make many mistakes. He's very good on the rollout. You know, a lot of guys, when they roll out, Tommy, that's one of the hardest passes to throw is to throw off the run.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy he can throw off the run. He can square up and throw back across the green. Some of the hardest things physically to do for a quarterback, this guy makes it look pretty easy. You'll see that here, I think, on this first offensive possession for Gardendale.
And we saw him roll both ways. It's not just right-handed all the time either. He's back in there at quarterback, shotgun. He'll give it off on the right side in a big gap. That is Jacob Wright. He crosses the 40. Now it's about the 44-yard line. Looks like we do not have a chain crew for this game either.
Not as of yet. The officials are going ahead and letting them play. I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah, I don't either.
And now we see a stoppage in play.
Yeah, they're going to stop and say, hey, we don't have anybody. The chains are sitting at about the 24-yard line.
I think the side judge went over there and he looked behind him to try to, they're always over there saying, chain gang, here's where the ball goes and where the sticks go. And then you looked around and there were no sticks. So we may have a lengthy delay here.
Yeah, Lawrence County will be looking for, since they are considered the home team. Wait a minute, you got a player. How about that? Gardendale player. They look lonely. Gardendale player said, hey, we'll do this.
Well, Gardendale's got enough of them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably dressing out 80 or 90 players, but now he's going to hand it off.
Here we go. They're getting the chains. And again, great effort.
We've got one chain gang guy. At least we've got a stick there now on about the 45-yard line.
We've got some linemen here that, hey,
here we go.
We may sit out for a while and we can rotate the chain gang.
And we got all kind of volunteers working the side. We're bringing some managers up.
Here we go.
Like.
They're flagging them in now, so they'll get things set.
Who doesn't want to be on the chain gang?
They're going to go ahead and give them a first down on that carry to the 45-yard line. So now, fresh start here with 11:26. As we are just underway here in this half of football. Crowder again on the give. And Wright again on the carry. This time not quite as much yardage. He'll fall forward to about the 47. So we'll say pickup of 2. Second down and 8.
I think that's exactly what happened. The referee was going to wave the chain gang. Yeah. Okay, guys, we got a first down. Let's go. Let's move.
Yeah.
Looked behind, and there's
no one to wave.
No one to wave.
So first down and 10, or check that, 2nd and 8 now. Crowder with his first pass here in this half, and he's got his man out there, and another big gain across the 45 and down to the 43-yard line. And that is Lewis, and he has really played well in this outing here this afternoon. But Crowder, again, gets it out quickly, gets it right on the money.
Another impressive drive. This is what we saw with Gardendale in the first 2 possessions against Clay Central. Very impressive drives. We got a flag on this one.
And that's something that really a lot of folks don't understand, but Crowder delivering that quick screen out there. You want the ball out there quickly, but you do not want the receiver to have to adjust at all. He needs to catch it right in his hands immediately and be able to turn it upfield. If he has to go back by a yard, it kills the momentum, things like that. But Crowder, these are little things that good quarterbacks do, and you see that here in Will Crowder.
Tommy, you make a good point there because – armchair quarterbacks sitting at home think that a screen pass, well, that's an easy pass to throw. Not so much. That's really a pretty difficult throw if you do it right. Look at that throw.
Fade pattern out there intended for Lewis, just off the fingertips.
Going back to the chain gang, maybe we need to go ahead and alert somebody from Montgomery Catholic or Callaway.
Might want to let someone know that they will be responsible.
Some volunteers.
There you go. So second down and about 5, actually, after the penalty moments ago. So Crowder back to the run. Right lowers a shoulder, and he'll take it to looks like the 35-yard line, shy of the first down, but sets up a 3rd and 2. As you said, Gardendale looking just like they did to open up the game against Clay Central with a good mix of pass and run. Hand off again, and first down yardage by Wright. Takes it to the 31-yard line. They'll keep the drive alive.
Here's Jacob Wright's going to be a workhorse this year for Gardendale. Again, a very nice hole being opened up by that big, massive offensive line of Gardendale. And they just keep moving the sticks, first down after first down, and the drive stays alive for the Rockets.
So first down and 10, Crowder back to the air. Again, kind of a delayed snap. I believe that'll get him for 5 yards there. As players moved a little early, and it's going to bring up a first down 15.
He brought a player in motion, and he turned up the field and may have turned up the field a little bit early. He was going on a flare pass. They were going to flood this side over here with wide receivers, and it looks like he may have turned up the field a little bit too soon, and there's the false start.
So first down and 15, 4 wide outs, 2 to either side for Crowder. High snap, hands it off up the middle, and tough running down to the 30-yard line for Bailey Parsons. We have seen Parsons at a wide out, kind of an H-back. That time he gets the carry. And he'll pick up positive yardage and sets up now 2nd and 9.
Parsons is what we call a utility player, a guy that can play a number of positions. See him playing tailback, a little fullback, a little H-back, a little tight end, a little receiver.
Crowder rolls left. Now going to tuck it under and try to run. He'll slide at about the 25-yard line. Good decision there. There was nobody open. Credit Lawrence County defense for really blanketing those wide receivers. Nowhere to go with the football. And Crowder gets what he can. Sets up a 3rd down. Manageable about 4 yards to go.
It's the same play they tried to run when they had the motion penalty, when Owen Cups came in motion, then quickly turned it upfield. And they're trying to do there is fill this whole side and create a mismatch and have a number more wide receivers than there are DBs over here. But Lawrence County did a good job of diagnosing that. And there's a face mask most likely. There comes all kinds of flags. I think every referee that has a yellow flag threw it on that. That was pretty obvious, even to us way up here a couple of 100 feet away.
Yeah, Jacob Wright takes the handoff, goes right side. They got the hand all up in the face mask, and he's still able to shake that and pick up yardage down to about the 12-yard line. So then all the laundry came flying in from the officials. They'll get the personal foul, and that's going to move it down deep into Lawrence County territory, into the red zone to about the 6. You see right there.
Oh, that's one so easy even I can make it, Tommy. I can make that call.
And nothing malicious there. Hunter White, he's just trying to get him down and just went a little high and got the hand up in the grill. So 1st and goal, Gardendale. At about the 6-yard line. 3 wide outs to the near side. 2 will go to the far. Crowder looks to the sideline. Still plenty of time on the play clock. They'll bring Parsons into a tight. There's confusion. They may have to use a timeout here. They're down to 10. Nope. Get everything set, and Crowder's going to take it. Give it on the left side. And Wright will fight and dive down to about the 2-yard line. As we said in the first game, Gardendale with plenty of offensive weapons.
They have got a bevy of wide receivers, good number of running backs. Even their backup backup quarterback, pretty good-looking athlete. Mm-hmm. Then you've got good tight ends or H-backs, whatever you want to call them there, slot receivers.
And off to Wright, and he's holding the football up.
That's dangerous.
Wow. He just held it up above the crowd and trying to lay it out over the goal line. You see right here, he gets in this crowd. He is stopped. Now watch him. He will take it, stick his hand up, hold up. I got it.
He knows that we have instant replay time.
Yeah,
I know that's what he's thinking. There's instant replay. If I can just put the benefit of the doubt in there, well, I might get a call on instant replay.
So on 3rd and goal, he'll get the call, and this time he will walk in, or check that. That is going to be Brooks. Wright does not get the touchdown, even though he was tried for it on the play before. And this time Brooks finishes off the drive, and 6-0, Gardendale gets the lead. It's a good little hole up the middle. He's going to run through arm tackles. You see the strength in the legs of Jason Brooks.
And we mentioned the depth and the number of guys they've got at wide receiver and running back and even at quarterback. What's really impressive is the depth they have along the offensive and defensive fronts as we bring the left-footed kicker on.
He'll put it right through there. A good kick that time by Urbick out of the hold of Crowder. So 7-0 our new score. It's Gardendale. Offensively today, only a couple of times they've been stopped. They have been able to move the football here at JSU today.
They really have been very, very impressive. And keep in mind, this is without likely their best wide receiver who went out with that injury that we talked about in that last game against Central of Clay County. So that makes it even more impressive. It has turned into an absolutely gorgeous day here in Jacksonville. It's warm, it's humid out there. We got a nice little southwest breeze blowing through though, and there's just some high puffy clouds, and that is about it. Only about a 1 in 3 chance of a pop-up shower this afternoon. Hopefully that will be done. We will be done before that happens later on this afternoon.
So offensively, Lawrence County takes over. Pass from Blankenship out here in the flats to Tanner Hood. He is hit immediately. He'll lose about a yard, brings up 2nd down and 11. That time, as we talked, in Crowder delivering the screen pass right on the money. That time you saw Tanner Hood have to climb the ladder a little bit to get it, throws the timing off. By the time he pulls it in, the Gardendale defender all over him. That'll lose a yard. So 2nd and long now for Blankenship and the Red Devils.
Second chance to look at Lawrence County today. They played Clay Central for a half, took about an hour or so off, and now they're back again.
There's Boyd on the carry. Good move in the hole. He'll bring it out to about the 38-yard line.
Boyd's a good-looking running back for the Red Devils. Made a nice move. Shuffled his feet there, danced into the hole, and able to pick up about 4 yards.
We're going to call it 3rd down, and we'll say about 6 yards to go. This is Lawrence County's first possession of this game, trailing 7-0. So 7-0 our score. Gardendale leading over the Red Devils here. Blankenship rolls out left side, throws it, and nobody home. That time he rolled out to his left, turned the shoulders, threw it out in the flats, and came up shy. So now Lawrence County going to be forced to simulate the punt, moving forward 35 yards. 5:29 left here in the first period. And tell you what, if you're Coach Dutton, the last thing you want to do is give it back to this offense that you've seen from Gardendale all day, because as we said, they have a bevy of running backs. They've got some great-looking receivers, and they have really put on a show here today offensively. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll get our second look at the Gardendale offense. They lead 7-0 as we continue our coverage of the Gridiron Challenge right here, brought to you by Dunn's Heating and Cooling.
The Calhoun County Spring Jam is brought to you by Dunn's Heating and Cooling. For great residential and commercial service, upfront pricing, and dependable Bryant Heating and Cooling products, call Dunn's Heating and Cooling. Visit their showroom on Pelham Road South in Anniston. Give them a call or visit online at dunnsheatingandcooling.com.
I'm Wayne Willis, Mayor of Weaver and State Senate candidate. As a career law enforcement officer, I am a true public servant. Just like you, I feel the same struggles working-class Alabama faces. Throughout my campaign, I have not taken any money from any PACs, lobbyists, special interest groups, or big business. 100% of the contributions I've received has come from working-class people and local small business owners. If you will elect Wayne Willis in the June 5th Republican primary, I can go to Montgomery and answer to only one group, and that's you, the voters.
Back to live action here at Paul Snow Stadium. Good look at Will Crowder there, the outstanding quarterback for Gardendale. He has been very efficient here today. The give on the right side. And lowering a shoulder, running over defenders across the 30 and out to the 31-yard line goes Jason Brooks.
And in this day and time, one of the things that we've seen Gardendale achieve that's really hard to do, and this is what coaches try to get to, is a very balanced offense where you're as good running the ball as you are throwing the football. And they're about 50-50 run pass, and they do both very well.
And keep in mind, this is only the 10th day they've been on the field in the spring, and you get plays like that. Parsons with a catch, and he's carrying defenders for about 10 yards, and he's almost to the midfield stripe to the 49.
That's a great example. First down, your tailback picks up some nice yardage, 5 or 6 yards. Second down, you go across the middle to your tight end. Tight end, big guy, breaking tackles, dragging players with him, picks up about 10 extra yards, gets down close to midfield. So, again, that balance in place, seeing that on the first 2 plays of this series.
So first down and 10 for the Rockets. Back to the run they go. Breaking a tackle. Goodness, what a run. And we're going to get forward. Looks like Jason Brooks will carry it down to about the 42-yard line. Look at this move now. They got him by the leg, and he will just not be denied. He spins away from those 3 and then breaks that tackle.
8 red jerseys, 8 Lawrence County players that at one time had a hand on him on that 9-yard run.
Crowder, then back to the air again. Got a little bit of pressure this time. Rolls out to the right side, and he's going to get close to first down yardage. Let's see. They'll say nope, back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll set up a third down a yard.
And again, he has got very deceptive speed, does Crowder at quarterback. We've seen him earlier here in this spring Gridiron Classic. I mean, he has had a tremendous amount of opportunities to be flushed out of the pocket, and he shows great wheels when he gets out in the open field.
So now third down and a yard. Hands it off up the middle, and tough yards. But a good gain, Jason Brooks. He'll get inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line.
And Gardendale just toggles back and forth. Run one play, pass the next. Run one play, pass the next. You really don't know what's coming, and they are equally adept at both of those.
So 3:36 remaining here in this first period. Gardendale on the drive again at the 38-yard line. Last play on the ground. Let's see if they go back to the air as they have been alternating. And yes, they will. Back is Crowder. Throws it in the flats. What a catch made out there. Again, that is Lewis. Stephen Lewis, if he was not one of the top targets for the fall, he will be after today. And that's probably about his 5th catch. And you watch right here. Crowder delivers a bullet, but watch him catch it with his hands, just spear it out of the air. A great catch out there by Lewis.
And again, we've only seen so far, we've only seen through pretty much 3 quarters, maybe one bad throw from Crowder.
Yeah, that's right. Back to the ground they go.
There's another flag on the play coming in at the last moment.
Brooks down to the 25, but a flag on the play.
See what this is. This was right as the tackle was made right at the end of the play.
Yeah, you talk about Crowder. This is, how about you're going into your 10th grade year and you've already got 2 years of starting as a quarterback under your belt at 6A football.
It's amazing, and this guy's a tall guy. He's still got a lot of growing to do. That was a face mask penalty. Whistled against Gardendale, so they'll whistle against Lawrence County, I should say. So they will tack on a few more yards, and that puts them effectively back in the red zone, or the Rockets.
Crowder drops back, throws the fade pattern out there. Got a man. Did Henson make that catch? Check that, Lewis. And yes, he did. My goodness. Stephen Lewis, as we said, has been making plays all afternoon. And you watch this pass right here. Crowder is right on the money, puts it the only place he can for a completion, and Lewis just climbs the ladder and plucks it out of the air. My goodness, what a catch.
Yeah, we saw Lewis, and this is almost like the pass that Wright caught when he had the injury. Going up to get it, comes down. I kind of held my breath and thought, boy, I hope he doesn't land wrongly as well. But they've got receivers that not only run great routes, but they go up at the highest point and climb the ladder, as you said, and bring it down. And another great point you made is Crowder. There was one spot on the field that he could throw it where his receiver has a chance and the DB doesn't, and that's exactly where he put it, in the corner of the end zone, in that northwest corner here at JSU Stadium.
So Gardendale picking up right where they left off. They lead 14-0 with 2:50 left in the first period over Lawrence County. A couple of impressive drives to open up this half of football, just like they had against the Clay Central Volunteers in the game before this one. Ball's at the 35-yard line. We'll get a second look at Austin Blankenship and the Lawrence County Red Devil offense, as they've got it first down and 10. 2 wideouts either way. Boyd back behind Blankenship. And on first down and 10, Boyd gets the give, and he is met in the backfield. He'll carry defenders forward for about a yard, sets up second down and 9. You saw both ends crashing in for Gardendale. They were able to meet right at the ball carrier. So those defensive ends are crashing hard for the Rockets.
And again, that defensive front, not only, they've got a lot of size on that defensive line, but the athleticism, I think, is what's even more impressive than the size. And these guys, when they snap the ball, the first move, that first step they have, these guys are athletes.
Flip it out here, and it's going to be almost picked off. Tried the quick screen out here, and reading it all the way was Justin Parks, the sophomore. He cuts in front of the defender, has his hands on it, and he would have had a pick 6 if he hauls that one in.
All 3 of those defensive linemen we talked about, as soon as the ball was snapped, those guys were past their defender and in the backfield, in the face. And then, of course, jumping the route over here was Parks, which was a good decision, almost resulted in a pick 6, and now it's third down and long for Lawrence County as we approach the 2-minute mark here in this first quarter of this last half of the Trimaster, or the tri game that we're going to have.
So third down and 9. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Blankenship rolls out left, tries to throw it in the flats, and nobody home, incomplete. And Red Devil's going to have to punt it away again.
And again, tremendous pressure that time by Gardendale, bringing folks from everywhere. Not only the linemen, they brought some of the linebackers that time on a blitz, and Lawrence County will punt it away with a simulated punt of 35 yards.
Tell you what, if you're Blankenship, you don't have a lot of time to check down. I mean, you look at your primary receiver and the pressure is on you so quickly, you pretty much just got to get rid of it.
Be an interesting conversation that we'll have coming up with after the game. Gerhard, Math, and Ghani going to be down there. We're going to talk with, we've been talking with one coach after each of these with this rotation we've had. We talked with Danny Horn, and we talked with the head coach at Lawrence County, and we're going to talk with the new head coach of Gardendale coming up after this game, and I'll be very interested to see some of his comments about the talent that he inherited up there in North Jefferson County.
Yeah, I tell you, this is a very good-looking football team in Class 6A. So they'll take over offensively at their own 31-yard line after the simulated punt.
How many coaches, Tommy, step into you're a new head coach and you get a job and say, well, coach, here's your players you're going to have right here. Yeah. You get a team like this.
That's a great team meeting to go to, isn't it? The give on the right side, that is Henson. He will spin and pick up a couple.
Lawrence County hanging in there, obviously outmanned a bit. The size differential is obvious. Yeah. Look down the line of scrimmage there, but Lawrence County playing hard out here in the heat, and they held that to only a 2-yard gain. So Lawrence County playing hard, and I think they're going to be a team that's going to be dealt with up in Northwest Alabama before the season is over. Playoff team last year.
Good play defensively there. They crash in and get Henson in the backfield. Good stop in there. Number 34 for Lawrence County. And that is going to be Zach LeMay, only a sophomore, but he came in there with a vengeance. Made a good stop. Third down and about 8. Crowder with a shotgun look, down to about 28 seconds left in this first period. And Crowder's back, throws it in the flats, got his man out here, catch is made. And stepping out of bounds at the 49-yard line is Colt Belcher, another outstanding wide receiver for Gardendale.
One thing you notice about these Gardendale wide receivers, not only a lot of them, they really run. Been watching these guys away from the football, and they run outstanding routes. A lot of anytime you see separation like he had right then, you can bet that the wide receiver ran a really fine route.
So back to the run, handoff right side, and Henson's got room, breaks the tackle, 40-yard line, 35, 25, and finally wrestled down at about the 20-yard line. Another good running back, Hunter Henson, as as he's able to pick up big yardage there. And Gardendale knocking on the door again, but that is the end of the first period. When we come back, it'll be second period action. 14-0, our score. It's been all Gardendale here pretty much all afternoon as the Rockets are really playing well. We'll continue our coverage in just a moment of the Gridiron Challenge right here on TV 24.
The Calhoun County Spring Jam is brought to you by Dunn's Heating and Cooling. For great residential and commercial service, upfront pricing, and dependable Bryant Heating and Cooling products, call Dunn's Heating and Cooling. Visit their showroom on Pelham Road South in Anniston. Give them a call or visit online at dunsheatingandcooling.com.
Hello, I'm Coach Scott Martin. I'm running for Calhoun County Commissioner of District 3. I bring to you character, leadership, and commitment. Character to do the right thing. Leadership, 32 years of public service. And commitment, making sure I do what is in the best interest of all citizens of Calhoun County. Your vote is important, and I need your vote, so please come out June 5th and vote Coach Scott Martin, Calhoun County Commissioner, District 3.
Hi, my name is Reverend Jeffrey C. Williams, the owner and licensed funeral director of Anderson Funeral Services. At Anderson Funeral Services, we are compassionate and caring individuals committed to providing quality and professional service at affordable prices. We are where service begins and never ends, and love is what love does.
Anniston Funeral Services offers affordable services to meet any need for all families. Anniston Funeral Services, 630 South Wilmer Avenue, where service begins and never ends.
I am Marilyn Hudson, a Christian grandmother, mother, and wife. When folks find themselves in family court, they are at a low point in their lives, overwhelmed by all the courtroom drama. I may not be politically correct, but I feel that sometimes instead of turning to the lawyers, some families would be better off turning to Christian counseling. As a judge, I will do everything in my power to help families. Please elect me, Marilyn Hudson, as your family court district judge.
The Calhoun County Spring Jam is brought to you by Dunn's Heating and Cooling. For great residential and commercial service, upfront pricing, and dependable Bryant Heating and Cooling products, call Dunn's Heating and Cooling. Visit their showroom on Pelham Road South in Anniston. Give them a call or visit online at dunsheatingandcooling.com.
You see the steeple there of the First Baptist Church of Jacksonville, and again, a beautiful setting here. And John, we talked about, again, the tornado recovery continuing here for these great folks of the city of Jacksonville.
You know, you come up to Jacksonville every day and you see these, it's become a daily occurrence. You see these big, huge trucks that are going through town, taking off debris. Still 2 months later, especially in that area over there around the First Baptist Church of Jacksonville, that neighborhood where we showed you that church right behind there is the neighborhood that kind of took the direct hit from the tornado, and there's just a lot of damage over there. And the tree damage here was incredible, not only in campus but off campus as well. And as we said earlier, you know, this is 2 months from today. Right. 2 months ago from today is when they had the tornado, and they're still working. They're out here on Saturdays with these big trucks hauling off debris, and that's going to continue for a while.
That's right. You know, it's going to be a long time to recover, and again, we want to continue to support the folks here at Jacksonville, and as they try to recover from that tornado back a couple of months back. Morris County trying to get something going offensively, so they're going to turn to Xavier Boyd, back-to-back runs, and he's able to find his way across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
And we talk about tree damage. Obviously, we are not using that truck today. Mike Hathcock and his fine crew out there, they're missing that. That's the truck that was basically demolished and destroyed that's directly from the tornado. That big truck falling over there at Self Hall on the truck, and that's part of the tremendous damage there. We're in another truck, a smaller truck, and our guys are doing a great job with it. But just the level of devastation here in this town, just story after story like that, of things that people don't even think about that happened because of the tornado.
Owens County trying to get something going offensively. Blankenship again flips it out to Boyd, and a great run after the catch picks up another Red Devil first down. So Xavier Boyd, 3 straight plays, able to make some things happen.
And that's probably the most recognizable landmark for folks that are not familiar with Jack State, maybe watching from Gardendale or up in Moulton. That is the 12-story library here at Jacksonville State University, and you can see that's a substantial building, but they even took damage over there at the Houston Cole Library, and you see still trying to get that fixed up 2 months later.
Bobble on the snap, and then a throw to the sideline, going to be incomplete.
Hey, we may have a challenge coming up here. That would be a good one. That's a bang,
There's
bang
the red
play.
flag out already. Going to toss it out.
There it is. Lawrence
Rich
County
Dutton says, let's look at that. And, you know, the thing about it was it looked like it was going to be the pretty much the zone read play. Blankenship drops the football. It goes right around the back. He's able to pick it up and still get the throwaway out here in the flat. So it's going to be fun to see if this one, if he gets his foot in. You see that, and then you roll out.
We're going to have a good look at it.
That's Dutton throwing it, actually, and the catch out here. Will it be made? He's trying to drag that
I think
foot.
that's a –
oh, that's close.
Wow.
That is close.
Now, they tell me, and I'm learning something new every day about instant replay. They tell me that once the season starts, and I don't know if they're implementing this today, that they're going to put a time limit. The officials have 2 minutes.
Right.
They have 2 minutes. A lot of times we watch these college games, and those guys go over there and they take forever. But
wow, they're coming back already.
Yeah, they're coming back already. So
let's see. They took a quick look at that one.
This is the shortest review we've had. But they do have if you are at a game this fall, keep in mind they'll only have 2 minutes, and then the referees have to make a decision. And we'll see what's going on here.
He says that it is an incomplete pass. I guess
So that was a quick look. I think he was there maybe 10 seconds. We'll look at it again here and see. I think they're saying by the time he had possession, he was way out of bounds. He did have that foot in, but I don't think he had the ball when he had the foot in.
I don't think so. That's a bang-bang play, but I think they got that right.
And I'm telling you, Tommy, I'm not used to doing this in high school football. We're not used to analyzing plays and whether they're inbounds or out of bounds. We just never do that in high school much.
Hutto has the possession, and he got wrapped up, and he is grabbing a leg.
Oh, man.
That was not nothing malicious. He's pointing down to his lower leg. And
that's another rough-looking play right there. We talked about earlier with the young man Wright from Gardendale and how gruesome that looked, and this one is going to be equally as tough to watch on Mr. Hutto here.
Yeah, he goes down, his leg's down, and then he got hit and just kind of rolled over everybody. The foot was was pinned. There was really nothing he could do, and to get that leg out, and obviously in some severe pain by the time that play was over. As they had tackled him, and then the other two defenders were just coming over, and as the pile just kind of mowed over him, and that leg was pinned.
And it was pinned for a few seconds till they could get everybody off there. That's what I think made it so bad in my eyes. You just want – we have seen two. Unfortunately, we have seen two today. I love high school football, but it's tough to watch the two plays we have seen here today.
Yeah, he's still on the field out there. They're checking him out and
he's
working with the knee and the lower leg. Again, this is Ty Hutto, a 6'2" junior. Will be a junior this fall.
And unfortunately,
Yeah, we're going to take a timeout and let the training staff do their job out here with Hutto, and we'll pause right here with 8:42 left in the first half. 14-0, Gardendale on top. We'll continue our coverage in just a moment of the Gridiron Challenge.
Hello, I'm Bubba Hinton, candidate for Calhoun County Board of Education. My platform is very simple: accountability and expectations. By holding everyone accountable, our students will be better prepared for life after leaving the Calhoun County school system.
Every school board needs a Bubba.
Please vote for Bubba on June 5th.
Vote for Carl Bubba Hinton for Calhoun County Board of Education.
I got back my smack talk touchdown, hole-in-one, three-point home run, hat-trick, pavement-pounding, record-setting goal across the finish line. Because Core didn't give up, I didn't give up. And I certainly didn't give in. I'm going to get back to doing what I love. I'm going to get back to winning.
Third down play here. Blankenship back in, throws a screen back on the other side of the field. It is caught by Boyd and nowhere to go. He is going to be buried. Well played defensively. They tried to go all the way across the field and give it to their most explosive back, but Boyd nowhere to run. It's going to be 4th down.
I was about to say before the break, unfortunately, our camera crews are very good because they have caught great shots of both of those injuries. I say that unfortunately because we have had to look at both of those, but man, great shots by our crew in getting those injuries, but they're tough to watch. There's no doubt about that.
The crew does an outstanding job. And
yes.
Again, each and every time I've had the opportunity to come up here and get to broadcast with you guys, there's one thing you can count on: the great shots and great production crew every time. So not surprised that they've turned out another great performance here today. It's 4th down and long now for Lawrence County. They're going to need a great performance here on 4th down to try to pick this one up, so they throw it deep. And it is going to be a battle for it at about the 15-yard line. 2 guys going at it. I believe they're going to get offensive pass interference here because, as you see right here, just kind of flooded out of Blankenship's hands. And the offensive player, as they continue to push, and I believe they're going to get Jacob Little with a push there, and that will turn it back over to Gardendale.
And a little bit of words being exchanged back here at the line of scrimmage between both teams.
Pass interference. Actually, they will call it on Gardendale.
Yeah, Jacob Little from Lawrence County going to be called for the pass interference number 5. And so that
we'll give them a first down. So Blankenship will stay on the field. Let's see. As they are down here on the side, and they will move it forward, so the penalty will be whistled against Gardendale. And that will move it down to the 31-yard line.
I think I have seen the most unique water person maybe I've ever seen on the Lawrence County sideline.
Right.
The outfit is like none I have ever seen.
Well, he's
going out on the field right now.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be referred to as that guy. And
we don't want to say water boy because I don't think he's a water boy. But
we spotted him early in the day, and he has put in the effort over here for Lawrence County. And
he's out in the huddle right now, and he has a hat. He has on some boots, and I'm not exactly sure.
There you go. I mean, he is.
Well, it speaks for itself right there. And the boots, you got to see the boots.
The boots really set it off.
The boots kind of. I'm not a fashion person,
there
but the boots kind of make the outfit there.
They do.
That is kind of they might say in the fashion business, that's the finishing touch to that outfit.
Yeah, he is. He will be noticed at every stadium they visit this fall.
Doing a great job,
there you go.
Keeping Lawrence County hydrated with some high-quality H2O.
You ever seen the movie Waterboy?
Oh, that's my favorite movie just about of all time.
I'm thinking
he's quality H2O.
I think he's a character from that. I mean, I think he drew inspiration.
High-quality H2O.
I think so.
Don't talk about his mama.
No. First down and 10 now. Lawrence County benefiting from the pass interference call. Now they're on the drive at about the 31-yard line.
You might have a power bomb courtesy of Captain Insano.
Of course you would. Awesome. Motion. And looks like Lawrence County jumped in the interior. That'll cost them 5.
Tell me the Waterboy movie is like the Andy Griffith showed me. I can never get enough of watching it.
Well, it's one of those that if we run across it at our home,
it stops.
It's going to, yeah, we're there till the end, till they win the Bacardi Bowl. First down now and about 15 to go. 2 wideouts go right. Blankenship back in there at quarterback after the injury to the backup, Hutto. And Blankenship, quick throw out here. It's going to be caught. And forward back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be it. That's, John, we've talked about it all day, and you see it very evident right there. The speed to really go after the offensive players, the angles that this team takes defensively, the pursuit, it's just really it doesn't. They never stop.
And these are the second line players that are in here, and but the fundamentals, as you said, and the basics are the same.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of talent on this second line too. There's a lot of football teams in the state that would like to have Gardendale's second team.
A give to Boyd, tries to go outside. He is going to be hemmed up and dropped. He'll lose another half yard. And it's going to be 3rd down and long. I believe they're going to take the Heat timeout here with 5:50 remaining.
We have
14-0.
Yeah, half of the whole game of football coming up after this, too.
That's right. Plenty of action going all day. Keep it locked right here as we continue our coverage of the Gridiron Challenge. Gardendale leading over Lawrence County 14-zip. Back after this.
The job title is Calhoun County Coroner, but I believe it is so much more than just a job title. Jobs can be taught, but this job requires compassion. Unlike a job, true compassion cannot be taught. This position touches people's lives, and how situations are handled will affect people's lives. I have worked in the EMS field for over 15 years. One of my positive traits is my God-given ability to show true compassion in bad situations. I commit to treat your family just as I would want my family to be treated. It's really just that simple. I'm Tom Slick, and thank you for your vote on June 5th.
Hi, my name is Reverend Jeffrey C. Williams, the owner and licensed funeral director of Anderson Funeral Services. At Anderson Funeral Services, we are compassionate and caring individuals committed to providing quality and professional service at affordable prices. We are where service begins and never ends, and love is what love does.
Aniston Funeral Services offers affordable services to meet any need for all families. Aniston Funeral Services, 630 South Wilmer Avenue, where service begins and never ends.
There's a look at Ty Hutto, still in a ton of pain over on the near sideline for Lawrence County. Injured a few moments ago, and he is really going through a lot of pain at this point. And I'm sure the MRIs and evaluations are coming in a hurry. 3rd down and long. You see Blankenship drop back, got pressure, steps away from it, steps into the opening, and it closes quickly. That Gardendale defense comes up, and they'll get the stop at about the 31. That brings up 4th and 10. But, John, I tell you, a couple of tough injuries here today. And, you know, a lot of coaches sometimes don't want to play games like this because of the injury aspect, which I'm sure both of these players would tell you this could have easily happened on the practice field last week as well. We'll check in with Gerhard and see what he's got for us, buddy.
All right, guys. Unfortunately, injuries become a big part of the spring. And as you said, Tommy, just a minute ago, that's what every coach tries to avoid. But unfortunately, much like the Jonah Wright situation earlier, it is a knee. They're looking at his left knee. It's the exact same situation, exact same knee as Wright earlier. He was checked out by the trainers. It looks like another situation with his ligament. And the trainer did mention that it was loose. So, again, another possible ACL. They don't know if it's a tear or not. They won't know that until the MRI comes in, but a possible tear there, and he is out for this game as well.
Wow. That's tough, John, and you talk about it as the 4th down pass goes out of bounds. We do have a flag on the play, but, you know, you talk about recovery and how long things take, you know, if in fact it is a torn ACL, John, and that's something that, you know, how much of the season or all the season, how much do you think someone like that could lose this year?
Yeah, and he's the backup quarterback, right. But, you know, now Rich Dutton is in a tough situation where he had to put his starting quarterback in. He thought his starter was done for the day, right. And you just don't really want to come back in. He's seen what he knows he's got with Blankenship, who's a returning starter.
Right.
We gave the stats in the first game, what outstanding year he had last year. In the spring, you really don't want to put him back out there again, but he had no choice. I guess he's got two quarterbacks, and so he had to put his starter back out there with the second teamers just to have a quarterback, somebody who knew the offense and could operate the offense. So now Lawrence County obviously without a backup quarterback.
Give on the left side, not a lot of running room that time. Good play out there. We've called the name of Zach LeMay a couple of times. Going to be a sophomore this fall. He had a couple of good stops there from the linebacker spot.
And it appears, because with that last incomplete pass and so forth, it looks like that they have gone to a running clock.
Right.
We saw that in the Cleburne County Good Hope game. Once they got to the last quarter, the coaches kind of met out there and agreed, let's just go to a running clock, mainly because of the heat situation. And I think we may have seen that here in this quarter as well, as we're going to a running clock here with 3 minutes to go. We do have a whole game coming up. Callaway from Hogansville, Georgia. The Cavaliers will take on the Knights of Montgomery Catholic in a whole game coming up just a few minutes after this one.
C.J. Bryant in there at quarterback for Gardendale. He'll give it off to Brooks. Crashes around the left side. He'll pick up a few yards there and set up 3rd down and long. Talk about that matchup, John. What are you thinking in that last one to wrap up the day?
Well, I'll tell you, Tommy, you and I 2 years ago saw Handley, we called the game, win the Class 4A state championship, and I thought that's one of the more dominating 4A football teams I had ever seen that Larry Strain had down there with just a ton of talent. And they won the championship game. I believe they beat Madison Academy and beat them handily. And that team lost by 2 touchdowns to Callaway. And then Callaway also, as we take a look at one of the teams, and I think that may be Callaway.
It's Callaway, yeah.
And then last year they beat Handley 35-0.
Right.
They're going to open up this year with Opelika. So they're playing they're taking on some of the best programs we've got on the east side of the state of Alabama. And so we're going to see a very good football team coming from Callaway, and also the Catholic Knights. Catholic was a team down in Montgomery. Now, a lot of folks haven't heard a whole lot about them, but Catholic is a team that basically had a region championship last year in Class 4A in Alabama, and they have 16 out of 22 starters back off that team. So it should be an interesting matchup here, but we understand that Callaway has a tremendous amount of talent again. They've put together a couple of back-to-back 11-2 seasons over in Georgia, playing in 5A in Georgia.
Yeah, they are a team that every time you talk to someone from Georgia, Callaway always in the conversation.
Used to be called Hogansville High School, and they're in Hogansville, but about 20 so years ago, to 1996, they changed the name to Callaway. Of course, the Callaway name, Callaway Gardens and Callaway Hospital in LaGrange, it's a huge name, and they named them after the school after the Callaway family. So it's only been Callaway High School for about 22 years.
Callaway Golf Clubs.
Callaway Golf Clubs.
All in that family name there in that area. Clock is rolling with about 40 seconds. They simulate the punt, so maybe Lawrence County, a couple of snaps at the most. They may get 1, possibly 2. They'll stop the clock here.
Don't forget Gerhard Mathangani is going to catch up with the new coach of the Gardendale Rockets, Chad Eads. Talk about his short time already at Gardendale and what looks to be a promising 2018 season for the Rockets.
Yeah, like I said, you got to be excited when you walk into a team meeting and you see these guys sitting there waiting on you. Clock is down to 5. They're trying to stop play so that Lawrence County can get a snap off. They're going to discuss it here. Stopped it with 2 seconds remaining. As after the simulated punt, both teams having trouble getting the personnel on the field that they wanted. And John gives us a chance to thank you for handling with me this afternoon. It's always a pleasure to work with you and get to bring some high school football. And like you and I always say, there's always a day for high school football. And we can do it when it's 90 degrees or when it's 25.
And we've done both, 90 and 25, I think. That's for sure. But I think that we've seen some good football here today. We've seen good football at all different levels, really going back to last Saturday here. We had 6 teams, 3 different games, and then, of course, the Calhoun County Spring Jam the last couple of nights. Seen some good football within the county here. And then today, obviously, with Cleburne County and Good Hope, very competitive game earlier. The 3 teams we've seen here with Lawrence County and Clay Central and Gardendale. I trust we're going to see some more. Maybe the best football still to come here with Callaway and Montgomery Catholic coming.
2 seconds remaining on the clock here. Is that Blankenship in there, quarterback, trying to see? Yes, he is in there, and he's going to just roll out right, throw it out in the flats. Catch is going to be made. Coming across the grain, trying to get a block. Now turning it upfield to the 30-yard line. As he'll break 2 tackles, good tough running, and finally down to the 25-yard line. That is a great effort by Jacob Little, as he will take it down for the final play of the ball game. But 14-0 going to be the final score. Gardendale offensively, we talk about the high-powered offense, but John, their defense is rather stout as well.
Very, very good, very impressive performance really by both of these teams. I think Lawrence County will go on and have a nice season. I think Gardendale, big things ahead for them. I think folks in 6A will have their hands full every Friday night with these folks. I think Central Clay County, the third team of this tri-match, so to speak. Obviously, big things ahead for them in 5A. I think they'll wind up being a top 10 team in 5A. So I think all in all, the three teams that we have seen, very, very impressive. And there's some of our fantastic camera folks there.
Man, what an amazing job they do, and we appreciate their efforts dealing with the heat all day today. We've been sitting up here where we get a little breeze every once in a while, a little AC as well, but those guys have been out there in the elements and delivering another outstanding performance here for all of us to try to make us all look good here on this Saturday afternoon.
Absolutely, and we're going to go down to the field now. Gerhard Mathangani with the Gardendale coach.
All right, Coach Eads, at times today you looked in midseason form. Talk about the performance today against both Central Clay and these guys here from Lawrence County.
Well, I told the guys in the locker room I wanted to find out who would play hard. I didn't care about the mistakes, didn't care about what happened other than play hard. Did they play as a team? And that's what I wanted to see. That's what I saw. And I was also kind of shocked we didn't have a lot of mistakes. It's a spring game. It is what it is. But I'm excited after only being there 4 months and having a lot of new coaches. Excited to see what's going on.
That was kind of my next point. You only had a short amount of time, especially on the field, only 9 practices in today. What are some of your initial thoughts of the squad you have here for 2018?
I think it's an athletic group. I think they enjoy being together. They enjoy playing the game, enjoy working out, and those are all the things you ask for. They're excited about the new coaches. Eric Firestone's their new defense coordinator, and the kids are excited about him. He's coming in every day, he's changing shirts in the parking lot, going on the field, and we got 2 other coaches doing the same thing. The kids are excited, and they've learned quick, and I'm excited to have those guys with me.
What do it mean for your guys to come out here in the stadium and play against 2 really quality opponents?
Yeah. Well, you always want to see in the spring what are you, how do you compare against other teams? And it's exciting to go somewhere else and play and come to a nice place like this and play.
Final question, what do the next few months look like as you get ready for the fall?
Well, we'll be in the weight room pretty quick. We'll finish up school. They got finals going on, a few more of those. We'll give them a little time off, get back in the weight room, but they don't like to have a lot of time off.
Gardendale Rockets, Coach Eads. Hey, you guys look good. Well, absolutely. Continue success. Guys, back to you.
And that's the thing about it. If you've got a team that loves to work out that much, you've got a recipe for success already.
Yeah, and I think the understatement he said when Gerhard asked him, what kind of team did you think you have here? And he said, well, athletic. Yeah. Speaking of athletic, this bunch from Callaway. Woo! Maybe we should have had Callaway and Gardendale.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be fun the rest of the afternoon, and we'll make way and give a whole new crew an opportunity to come in here. And John, appreciate you putting up with me here this afternoon, and you get a good look at our crew here that's been out there in the elements all day, and appreciate their hard work as well.
Hey, great job from our crew here. A lot of folks behind the scenes making it work, and we've got one more game to go, Callaway and Catholic next year on TV 24.
All right. You see the highlights here, and it's been a big win for the high-powered offense of Gardendale. They look impressive here. And now the hard work begins, and we'll see them back in August. Thanks for joining us here. More football continues in a moment on the Gridiron Challenge.